Hey everyone, this is John from Show Me Pickers, and today we're going to be reviewing a really interesting news article that I found on CNET Personal Finance. I was looking for different items that I could be selling right now during the times that we're living in that would make money, and I found this news article and I really wanted to share it with you guys. The title of the article is These 7 Household Items Sell Surprisingly Well on eBay and Facebook Marketplace. Old phones and Star Wars toys aren't the only items that people will pay real money for online. If you have not already went down below and hit that subscribe button, now would be a fantastic time to do so. And let me know down below if you agree with these items. Do you think that these were good choices, or do you think that they were bad choices? So we're going to jump right into this. Okay, the first item they have here is Legos. Sell Legos by the set or by the pound. The more effort you put into your selling your Legos bricks, the more cash you will be able to get out of them. If you have complete sets, great. Those typically sell for the most money. Bonus if they're still in the unopened box. If you don't have all the pieces, you can list your Legos for a premium if you sort by color or type of block. I didn't know that. If you'd rather sell off the 55-gallon storage bin of miscellaneous Lego parts as quickly and effortlessly as possible, you can sell unsorted Legos. They go for about $5 to $10 by the pound on eBay. And I also know that minifigures sell really well. So if you have different minifigures, you can get a lot of money for the little figures that come in your Lego set. So if you have some Legos that are in your closet from the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, dig them out and start making that cash. Okay, the second item here will be Disney movies on VHS. I don't know about that, but we're going to read it anyways. First, to dispel the myth, no, you're probably not going to get thousands of dollars for your old Disney VHS collection. As an urban legend debunking site, Snopes points out, although you might see a lot of old Disney movies listed for an absurd amount of money, apparently there's a copy of Beauty and the Beast for $1.28 million on eBay right now. Crazy. Those listings almost never have an actual bid. A quick search for Disney VHS tapes show that have been sold is even more telling, revealing selling prices are anywhere from $1 to $20 or so. That said, up to 20, and in some cases even more for your old Disney VHS tapes isn't bad for a format nearly as old as Star Wars. And I would say that if you are willing to, if you're going to sell on Facebook Marketplace, that if you go to the Goodwill and you buy a lot of Disney VHS tapes, there at my Goodwills you can get 5 VHS tapes for $1. And you can bundle those, say, with a VCR, and I have seen where I've actually gotten a premium by doing that. I don't know necessarily why, but I'm going to assume that it gives the child the freedom to be able to operate the machine and the tape freely from the parent, and they won't be damaged like expensive DVDs. Okay, number 3 here seems to be remote controls. Even though programmable universal remote controls can be had on the cheap, they're not always a great replacement for the remote that came with your TV. For that reason, there's a bustling second-hand market for old remotes to TV, stereos, and other components. If you have had any old clickers laying around to a TV, stereo receiver, VCR, DVD player, or cable box that you no longer need, you might be able to get anywhere from $2 to $20 a piece for them, not including shipping, which you can also charge for. And what I'm going to say is there are fan remote controls, there's air conditioning remote controls, any device that uses a remote control. I would even go as far as to say like RC cars and stuff like that. All of those types of remote controls sell really well on eBay. Some of the older TV remotes are not that great anymore. Some of the older remotes for TVs that were back in the 80s and 90s, they don't sell too well. There is a ton of that stuff on eBay, and there's a certain YouTuber that has bought a semi-truck load of remote controls and is selling them for a huge price. He is making good money on remote controls, but I don't think anyone else is going to make a whole lot of money on remote controls. So what I would suggest is look up the remote control before you purchase it. If you take the back off of it, or if you look down below, sometimes below the final row of buttons, there'll be the name of the remote, and there will be a serial, like a serial number or a model number, and you can look that up on eBay, and it will give you the information that you need to see what that remote sells for. I would definitely stay away from any remote that sells for less than $10 shipped, and you might even have to look at the sell-through rates on that, see how many of them sell. Most of your major brands like Sony, Samsung, JVC, RCA, they tend to do better than some of your cheaper brands, so that's something to keep in mind as well. Okay, we are on number 4. Turn that old car into cash flow. And this is an absolutely great idea. This is one of the video ideas that I personally want to do. I want to take an old car and I want to part it out and see how much money that I can get out of that. And I would love to do a YouTube series on that. So if you see anyone else do that, you heard it here first. So turn your old car into cash flow. If you have an old car that is beyond repair, you could sell it to a local junkyard, but you'd be lucky to get more than a few $100s from your clunker. If you have a basic understanding of car parts and the tools that are needed to remove them, selling your car part by part will yield far more of a return, and that is absolutely true. This does require a bit of mechanical knowledge and know-how, but if you have the skills and the space, you can it's definitely worth the effort. A car that you might get $200 or $300 at from a junkyard, that's pretty high. I mean, you're probably going to get about $150 to $200 for most cars at a junkyard. Could turn into $2,000 or $3,000 if parted out. I'd actually found a Ford Flex, or a Ford. It's one of them boxy looking SUVs. I'd found one of them about a week ago, and I was going to buy it, but I was about a day or two too late to get to it. And the guy wanted $750 for it. And once I started doing some research, I found the headlights were the xenon headlights. They sold for $500 a pair, and the tail lights were LED tail lights, and they sold for $300 a pair. This was a fully loaded car that the guy only wanted $750 for. It was a 2009, and I could have made a fortune if I would have been the first person to get to this car. I would have got all of my money back out of the car, just out of the headlights and tail lights. And some of the parts on a car that sell really good are the parts that wear easy: the center console lid, steering wheels, body parts like headlights, tail lights, grills, emblems, side mirrors. You'd be surprised how many side mirrors get knocked off in busy city streets. Inside of it, armrests. You can take the seats. With the prices of FedEx shipping, it's so inexpensive to ship stuff, large items via FedEx. As long as it's under 150 pounds, FedEx will ship it. If it's I don't know the exact dimensions, but you can look that up on the FedEx website. Definitely think about picking up a car, or picking up something along the lines of or parting out one of your old cars to make really good money on eBay. I went on and on about this, but this is one of the great points in this article that I really think there is the most potential. But something you will have to be cautious of is that if you start doing too many cars, you will need to check with your state and their DMV to determine what are the legalities of you parting out cars. And you will probably have to check with if you're in a homeowners association, that's probably not going to be possible. And you will have to check if you live inside the city limits. You might have ordinances about keeping derelict vehicles on your property. We are up to number 5, and this is a really good bolo that a lot of people do not think about. Resell your prescription eyeglasses. I actually sold a vintage pair of 1980s big ugly lensed, big round lens framed glasses the other day, and I got $35 out of those. I picked them up at an estate sale for 50 cents, and it's one of the most overlooked items that you can find at thrift shops, estate sales, and stuff like that. And these are old prescription eyeglasses, and it says resell your old prescription glasses. The way many eye care insurance plans are set up, a lot of people replace their prescription eyeglasses every 2 years. But even though your old frames might be a bit worn out, unless they're so damaged they're unusable, you can still probably get decent return on selling them. How much you will get will depend on if they are in good shape and if they are a hot brand name like Ray-Ban or Coach. But even $20 is a bonus if your only other option was to leave them in a drawer somewhere. There are also charities that will gladly redirect your used eyeglasses to a vision impaired person in need. If you'd rather donate your eyeglasses, you can do so at New Eyes, One Sight, or Eyes of Hope. So there are ways of getting rid of your old eyeglasses. If you want to, everyone has a pair or two in a drawer, but I'm telling you, the real money is finding these out in the wild. The old lenses, the old frames, I call them the old women glasses, they sell for exceptional amount of money. If you can find the old cat eye lenses, the old horn rim glasses, those sell for crazy money. Pretty much any prescription frame that you can find out there will sell for something on eBay, because you can take them to a lens crafter and they can reproduce that lens for those glasses in your prescription. And this might actually be a way for you to save yourself some money. All you have to do is get your prescription, take them to a lens crafter, and they can put the lenses that you need into the glasses for pennies on the dollar compared to buying the actual frames from the eyeglass place. I worked at Walmart, and one of the things that I found that was interesting, we had a thing called a telezon. We could scan items, and it would tell us the percent markup on that item. And one day after the eye place closed, I was just curious, so I went over to the Vision Center, and I scanned some eyeglasses, and the markup on the frames were anywhere between 200 and 300%. So there you go. There are websites like Zenni and stuff like that now that you can buy eyeglasses from that have really greatly reduced the cost, which is awesome. But this is just another way to reduce the cost. So hope this one helps you out. Number 6 is collect and sell used golf balls. This is the one that doesn't intrigue me too much because, for one, I don't live near a golf course. And two, I've never really made a lot of money off of golf balls. I've bought some new golf balls here and there at Goodwill or yard sales and stuff like that, and I've just never did well enough to make it really worth my time. But they seem to think that selling used golf balls is worth the effort. Let me know down below what you think. There's so much money to be made in this $200 million per year used golf ball market that some people even make a full-time job of it. The biggest payday is for the certified scuba divers who plunge into the depths of the water hazards collecting stray balls. I don't know about that. I don't know if I'm going to become a scuba diver to collect golf balls, but it says if you happen to have a serious enough golf habit, or apparently live in a neighborhood that used to be on a driving range, valued at anywhere from a couple of cents to $1, even just a few buckets worth might cover your next green fees. Obviously, the better condition they are in, the more they're worth, and the more premium the brand. So, Titleist balls are worth more than Xerox. I have no idea. For example, you can sell your used golf balls on apparently lostgolfballs.com or directly to consumers on eBay. I'm going to tell you that it's probably not worth your effort. I don't necessarily personally agree with number 6. I would not go that route. Okay, guys, number 7 and the final item here, and it is one that I would have never have thought of. I've never thought of this one. This one was the surprise dark horse out of all of these. I mean, we know eyeglasses, we know electronics, used electronics that we don't use. I mean, we understand that car parts sell well. I mean, none of those are real secrets. But number 7, did you know that crayons sell on eBay and you sell them by the pound, and if you sort them by color, you can get more money for them? If you did know that, let me know down below, because I sure did not know that. It says, number 7, turn used crayons into cash. Broken used crayons still have a lot of life left in them. You can melt them into new crayons or use them to color homemade play putty. Apparently, not to mention, you can use them to make any number of crafts like candles, ornaments, and luminaries. Or you can sell them to people who want to do those things themselves. Used crayons fetch anywhere from $3 to $5 per pound on eBay, and even more on Etsy. As with other items, name brand crayons, Crayolas are worth more than generic. And you can charge more if you sort by color. Interesting. There are also several crayon collecting charities that recycle used crayons into new ones for at-risk children. That's pretty cool. Okay guys, so that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have not, go down below and hit that subscribe button, maybe ring that bell, give the video a thumbs up. Let me know down below if any of these items were not on your radar. I find it to be interesting that some of these items were not on my radar, especially used crayons. So I'm going to do some research, and I'm going to see if I can make my fortune selling used crayons on eBay to people who like to make luminaries. So if you like the video, let me know down below. Appreciate you guys for watching. Keep on digging, keep on picking. God bless you guys, and remember, the family that picks together sticks together. You have a good day.